purpose for what purpose we are doing the testing means simply we can say the quality is very very important, right? So if you observe that any organization, you can go with any organization, without testing they won't launch the product in the market. That is what the power of testing. Now people are saying that lot of technologies is coming like AI. Even AI is also need testing. Now people are talking about cloud related things, Azure, AWS, and GCP. These all required what testing. If you go with a database, like testing is required. If you go with networking, testing is required. If you go with embedded systems like chip level things, testing is required. See, you can go even medical. See, medical coding, now people are talking about medical coding and all the things. Even medical coding also testing is required. E-commerce testing is required. So without testing they won't launch any product in the market. Okay, so people are saying there is no opening for manual. No, I'm not agree with that. There are a lot of openings are there. There are plenty of openings or will be there, and people are saying we are getting less salary. No, I'm not agree with that. We will also getting more salary than developer. See, we are getting more salary than developer. So when you are talking about salary part, when you will get more salary? Anyone? When you will get more salary? If you are skilled person, skilled means what? If you know that knowledge, if you have domain knowledge, if you have good knowledge in that particular area, then definitely you will get more salary. I told you, right, you need to get into that domain. Like suppose you are working in cloud, so if you know good knowledge on domain, like in the cloud, if you know good knowledge on the cloud, then definitely you will get more salary. All right. So here, if you want, you are expecting more salary and all the things, you need to get into more skills. Okay, the skills are very very important. Okay, so without testing they will not launch any product in the market. Okay, and next one, how you define the quality? Can anyone, how you define the quality? So you are testing one product, now how you define that whether you are getting a quality product or not? So there is a see, justification of what all the requirements. Okay, if you fulfill all the requirements, right? Suppose you have five requirements will be there. If you fulfill all the requirement one is clear, requirement two is clear, requirement three is clear, then definitely you will get what? Quality product, no doubt at all. Okay, 100% you will get what? Quality product. So in interview they will ask you how you define the quality. So you're testing, but how you know whether you will get a quality product or not? So in that case, what is your answer? You need to say that to justification of what? All the requirements. If you cover all the requirement one is covered, requirement two is covered, requirement three is covered. So definitely you will get what? Quality product, no doubt at all. And next one is what is positive testing and what is negative testing? Anyone have idea? What is positive testing, guys? And what is negative testing? Anyone? Anyone have idea about what is positive testing and what is negative testing? See, generally what we do, positive testing means what? We are giving what? Valid username and valid password, right? Guys, can you please confirm? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the positive testing means what? Generally, what we are doing, positive testing means what? Developer is says that give the valid username. So simply, what you are doing, we are giving what? Valid username, and developer is says that please enter the valid password. So we are entering the valid password. Okay, when you click login, right, what will happen? The product page will come. So this is what this kind of testing we can call it as what? Positive testing. Okay, but generally what we do, we always do the positive testing. But we need to do what? Negative testing also. What is called negative testing? So don't give any username, don't give any password, click on login. In that case, whether it is showing proper validation or not. See, this message is required, right? If end user, not giving any username, not giving any password. While clicking on login, what kind of message you are getting? Username is required. See, username is required. Now what you need to do, you need to enter the username. Now don't give password. Now click on login. So what is, see, validation message, the password is required. Not, it is not saying username. Now it is saying what, password. So these validations also we need to test. This is what real time. In real time, generally what they will do, simply they will give only username, password. Simply they're saying that yes, it is working as expected. But as a real time tester, you need to test both things, like positive testing as well as negative testing. This is what positive testing. So this is what positive testing. What about negative testing? Negative testing means what? Don't give any
Any password.
yeah, invalid you need to check, because sometimes what happen, I'm giving invalid username. Okay, I'm giving invalid. In that case, it should not work. If it is working, means that is a bug. See, I'm giving invalid username here also, because sometimes the developer will write hard code. Okay, so if you listen the developer word, right, you are following the same thing, then might be your testing might be a wrong. So you need to go with the developer requirements, but you need to test with your own also, right? Sometimes I told you, right, you need to think like a end user point of view, not like a tester, not like a developer. Developer he says that check this requirement, that's it. Okay, but you need to, as a tester, you need to think like a end user point of view. Like suppose you are an end user, by mistake you given as a capital letter here, or you miss some like character here. In that case, it should not allow. In case it is allowing, means that is the bug. No need to ask whether it is bug or not. So validations is working properly or not, you need to check. And also you need to check proper validations, like username is getting validation or not, password is getting validations or not, login is working properly or not, you need to check. Okay, so you can write number of test cases for this login. Okay, nowadays don't worry about writing the test cases. Now you can use AI also. Now you can write with AI, open the chart GTP, give the ask for test cases for login page, like username, password, and login. Now it automatically it will give you all the test cases. Uh, but don't depend on that AI initially, because first you need to think. Thinking is very very important. See, all or not, we are all or not think the same way, right? You have a different view, I have a different view. So first think in from your point of view, how we need to test. Like there are a lot of test cases we can write. Simply people are say that only two test cases, but no, we can write number of test cases here. Here you can write, enter the valid username, enter the valid username, enter the valid password. This is what one test case. Okay, generally people are say that only this test case. No, no, right, you can write number of test cases here. Enter the enter the invalid username, enter the valid password. This is one test case. The test cases are very easy, guys, don't worry. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, enter the valid reverse. Okay, valid username and enter the invalid password. So these all are what test cases. You can write number of test cases. Can anyone tell me other case? Invalid username,
Invalid username, invalid password.
invalid password. Yeah, you can write. That is what I'm telling. Right, you can write your own invalid. Any other any other test case? So blank username and blank password. Okay, you don't null value. You can give the enter the null value. Okay, don't give any value there. Hmm. So don't worry about this one. See, some people are they're worrying about writing the test cases. Okay, in real time we are not spend this much of time. Okay, but generally I'm telling, see, thinking is very very important while you are testing any application. Right, first you need to see this is what valid test case, this is what invalid test case. Now they will ask you one question. Uh, do you test with positive testing first or negative testing first? What is your answer? What kind of testing you will start first? Positive testing or negative testing? What is your answer?
Positive.
First, we always need to check what positive testing. First, you need to give the priority of what positive testing. You only need to check what positive testing is working correctly or not. After that, you will get a time, right? Then you need to go with the negative testing. Okay, some people are there. Always they will give you negative defects. Okay, yeah, this is valid, but more priority is what functionality. We are functional testers, we are functional testers, right? So make sure that functionality is working properly or not. Okay, in real time they will not ask you to test username password. This is very easy. They will ask you credit card functionality or debit card functionality or login functionality or registration functionality, or they will ask you different types of functionalities will be there. Okay, so based on your domain, suppose you are working in banking, then there you need to check with the banking functionality. Suppose you are working in e-commerce application, then you need to check with the e-commerce related functionality. Okay, adding the products into the card, and after the card done, add the orders placement. Once you order placement, right, then payment transactions, each and everything you need to check. Here mainly we need to focus on what functionality, not bugs. And one more important point is what? Don't focus on defects. Defects is automatically will come when you are focusing on functionality. Simple logic. If you're focusing on defects, right, then you will not get anything. You will not get a single defect because you are deviating there. So simply, if you focus on functionality wise, if you check that functionality, automatically the defects will come, because the functionality is not working means what? Automatically defect 1, defect 2, defect 3, defect 4, you automatically will rise the defects. You are not understand the functionality and only you are finding the defects, then you will not get the defects. Okay, if you know the functionality, minimum you can give the defects 5 to 6 defects immediate, you can give easily, because you know the functionality. So main focus is what? Here we need to check the functionality is very very important. Okay, is it clear, guys? Anybody have any questions? So I'm talking about real time. Okay, I'm not telling all the notes and materials, and I'm not telling what real time we do. I'm telling the same thing. Okay, when or any stories assign your name. So first, what you need to do? First, you need to understand the functionality and check whether it is working as per the given requirements or not. What is testing definition? The testing definition is nothing but whether it is working according to the client requirements or not. No need to worry about the requirements, they will provide all the requirements. It's very easy. Okay, they will give you each and everything what we need to enter username. See, now they asked me to test this application, just now we saw that, right? Now immediately we will get a question mark, right? What we need to test in this application. So in the requirement specification document, they will clearly mention, please enter the username. See, accepted usernames are here. So here they will tell you, please enter the valid username. Here they mention that valid username. You just enter the valid username here. Enter the password here. So here you need to enter the password. Okay, so don't worry about the requirements. Most of the people are worry about the requirements. Okay, you need not worry about the requirement. They will provide all the requirements. We cannot tell in the call. You can go with 4 to 6 years fake experience also, but you need to understand this all the things, then only you can go. You can go, not a problem, but they will provide all the requirements. Now we got a question mark, right? What username we need to enter, what password we need to enter, that all information they will give you. Don't worry. But what is your role? What is your roles and responsibilities? Make sure that after entering the valid username, valid password, what is your expected result? products page should be displayed, or inventory.html page should be displayed. So in the requirement they clearly mention after valid username, after valid password, click on login, what is your expected result, the product page should be displayed. Whether this page is displaying or not, we need to check. If it is not displaying means that is the bug. That is only our job. Simple. You can go today also in interview. If you have any reference, join today only, not a problem. But you need to think like what is your expected result. Blindly you cannot go with without knowing of all the things, right? So what is your expected result? First think that what is your expected product space should be displayed. Simple. What you need to do, give the valid username, valid password, and click on login. In the requirement it is very clearly mentioned that enter the valid username, enter the valid password, click on login, the product page should be displayed. Actual result is equal to what expected result means. What your test case is passed. How can you say it is a defect? What is your answer? How can you say it is a defect? What is your answer, guys? It is the if suppose you are saying it is a defect, then what is your answer? Actual result is not equal to expected result. Actual result. What I actual result is what product page. What is your expecting product page? But actual result is not equal to expected result. So we can simply say that it is the defect. Okay. How can you say your test case is pass? Actual result is equal to the expected result. What is actual result? Product page. What I'm saying product page. So actual result is equal to the expected result. Means simply you can say that your test case is what? Passed. Getting right? Are you understanding? Yes or no?
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, so simple. No need to by heart all the things. Simple, very easy. Even you can go with the networking. Suppose you are going with networking testing, there will give you some fabric connection. The connection is after adding the connections, whether it is pass or not, you need to check. That's it. All the requirements they will give you. Don't worry. Requirements they will clearly mention. Only what you need to understand the requirements first. Don't go with the testing first. First you need to understand what is your requirements. Spend some time on the requirements. If you understand the requirements clearly, right, then testing is hardly 5 to 10 minutes, not much more than that. If you not understand requirement properly, right, then your testing might be take 1 day or 2 days or 3 days also it will take, because you are not clear about your requirements. So that's the reason every time why they're asking you to interact with the team, you need to ask the questions, you need to ask the team what is the functionality. If you are not asking anything, simply you are silent means at the end of the day they will ask you what is the results. Okay, and they will give you number of days, number of time, okay, number of hours they will give you, but end of the day they want results. Okay, and real time. Okay, so positive testing, negative testing. I told you right. The testing is done to assure the quality. Quality. How you define the quality to justification of what all the requirements. If you fulfill all the requirements, definitely you will get what a quality. Okay. This we did. See, need for a software testing. Suppose you want to go with the software testing means always you need to remember all these points. Delivering the quality software product or not. Whether we are delivering the quality software product or not. Okay, satisfy the user requirement. This is very very important. If user is happy means our product is good. If user is not happy means our product is not good. Okay, making the software is more reliable. Reliable means what? User friendly. So always you need to think like an end user point of view, whether the application is user friendly or not, also you need to check. So that's the reason the testing team will give you a number of you can also give the requirements. Okay, you can also. So that's the reason they will conduct the meetings like sprint planning meeting before they start the work, right? And they will ask you, do you have any concerns and queries and all the things. So we have a lot of importance will be there in the team. Okay, testing it means don't think that only manual testing, only automation testing. We have a lot of things will be there, like without, I told you right, without testing the product will not launch into the market. See, without the certified by testing team, okay, suppose you are not certified this build, it won't go. Think about what is the importance of testing here. Simple. You are done developmenting, everything is done, but without QA certified, QA need to what? QA need to give the certified. Certified means what? You need to say that this build is working as expected. If QA is not certified, that build, it won't go for release. So that's the reason many organization, value labs, all testing team will be there. TCS member of maximum testing team will be there. Okay, Infosys number of testing team will be there. If you go with any organization, okay, without testing, they will not launch any product in the market. Okay, and reducing the maintenance cost. This is also is very very important. After release, we cannot do 100% of testing, right? That everyone knows, right? So we cannot say it is 100% testing is done after release, you will not find any defect. No, we cannot say like that. For every product the defect will be there, 100% defects will come. Okay, so what we are doing, after release, it should not go with more defects. Okay, it should come one or three defects. Okay, what we are doing, we are fixing them and again we are giving the same defect will not repeated from the next release. So we are not giving more defects after the release. Okay, but definitely they will ask you this question in interview, can we do 100% of testing? No, it's not at all possible. 100% of testing is not at all possible in no one. Okay, even you can go with Microsoft or any bigger organization also, they will have lot of defects will come after the product will launch in the market. Okay, but what we are doing, we will fix that issues and we are giving, but we are not doing the same issues than the next release. Okay, but definitely they will ask you this question, can we do 100% of testing? Is it possible? No, if we cannot do 100% of testing, is not possible. Okay, avoiding the customer dissatisfaction. Everyone knows, right? If customer is happy, then we are also happy. Okay, what is the advantages of testing? You know, right? Quality product. Okay, why we are doing the testing means what? Quality product. Client satisfaction will be there. If client is happy, we'll get more business. And finally, I told you, right? We can say it's a bug free product, but we cannot say it's 100% bug free product. Okay, we can say that bug free product. What is say? After testing, we can simply say that it is the bug free product. Okay, what is the testing qualities is required? Okay, what qualities is required? Here what qualities is required? See, no compromise. This is very very important. Okay, some people are, they observe the issue, but they will not repeat, they will not report that issue to the team because they might be a shy, or might be they're feeling see, you whatever you observe the issue, right, immediately you need to report, whether it is a small issue or whether it is big issue. You need to report. So interview, they will ask you one question. While you are doing the testing, you miss one defect. Okay, at the final testing you find the defect, you will skip or you will report? What you will do, guys? You are testing one functionality. Okay, you miss the one of the requirement. Okay, final, before release you find that defect. So what you will do, you will report or you will skip?
We
Report.
should report.
We need to report because see, the blame will comes. They will not call it as an individual name. See, Kavita is not reported. Kavita is only missed this defect. Kiran is only missed the defect. They won't say like that in real time. Suppose we missed the anything, right? They will tell you QA is miss. QA. They never bring any name. Suppose if you miss also, they know also. They won't bring that the name into the entire the team. They will simply say that QA is miss. So see, it's no one. I told you, right. No one cannot do 100% of testing. It's not possible. Sometimes we are not remember all the things, right? So we are not missions, right? So we are not remember all the things. Sometimes we will miss, but you need to report at the end of the day. Suppose you find, then we can take any action. But after release, you said that I skipped, that means we can't do anything because the client is already working on that application, right? Then reputation will be gone. Then they will need to tell lot of things. But before only you find and you can tell, right, we can convince the client, hey, this is what we did mistake, and we can cover in the next release. So client is also will be agree. It's not like I'm paying money, you need to tell all the things. It's not like that, right? they also know that what is happening in the product. So client is also agree with that. Okay, but if you are compromised, means if you know that and you are skipping that, then it is a big problem. So no compromise. Whatever the issue you observed, you need to report immediately. Okay. Sometimes you feel whether it is correct or not. That will be decided by your developer. Why you are taking tension there? So whether it is right or wrong, why you are worrying? First you observe. You feel it's wrong. You are thinking in your mind, in your soul, it is saying something wrong. Then it is you need to report, right? You need to report that is right or wrong. Who will take the decision? Developer will take the decision. Okay. So you are thinking too much and you are going in the different way, means then it is comes all the wrong answers, right? So don't think too much. Okay, just if you feel it's wrong, you know, right, what is right, what is wrong. If you feel it's wrong, okay, what you need to do? Immediately you need to report. Later they will decide whether it is right or wrong. Later they will decide. Okay. So no compromise on the quality. Quality is very very important. Negative thinking, I told you, right? Positive testing, negative thinking is also is very very important. Analytical skills. Okay, so thinking is very very important. Only go, don't go with the same direction. Okay, you can go in the different direction and check what is happening. Okay. And patience is also is very very important. Okay, it's you will not get immediately defects. And finally one thing, guys, if you don't know coding, if you don't know testing also, you can get into the IT. Forget about testing, forget about coding, forget about AI, forget about what are the technologies will come in the market, forget about all those things. Only one thing is required. What is that? Communication. If you are in good in communication, okay, you are good in communication, okay, 60 to 70% you are already getting to the job. Only 40%, okay, only 40% you need to struggle. Okay, because communication is very very important. Okay, if you are not report, when you find any defect, what you need to do? You need to communicate with the team, you need to chat with the team, you need to talk with the developer. You need to clarify the things. Once it is the valid defect, you need to post that valid defect in the channels. Okay, how we will have the WhatsApp, right? In real time also we have some group channels will be there, developer channel will be there, QA channel will be there, test channel will be there. So there are a lot of communication is required here. Mainly communication is important here, not testing. Testing later also you can learn. The coding also later also you can learn. But here the communication, in how way you are communicating with the development team, in how way you are communicating with the team, in how way you are communicating with your HR and all the things. The main point here is what? Communication. Communication means what? Not only English. Okay, you can communicate in any language, but you need to tell what is happening there. You need to tell very clearly what is happening, what you observe, that issue you need to communicate to the team. If you're not communicating properly, right, then what will happen? Miscommunication. What is happen? Miscommunication. Miscommunication means what? You are not telling, you are observe the issue but you are not able to tell proper way. Then your time is wasted and my time is wasted and development time is wasted, every time is wasted. Then there are a lot of time is wasted, right? So communication is very very important. You need to tell in a proper way. You need to answer in the proper way. So don't worry, it's very easy. What you observe you need to tell. I will tell you how to report the defect. Steps to reproduce, we need to write the steps to reproduce and we need to provide to the development team. Once the developer is accepted that defect, right, then we need to raise the defect in the tool. Once we write the defect in the tool, right, then the developer will start working on the defect. I will tell you how we can see in the real time. Okay. And technical skills is important, not only manual. I told you, right, if you have a good in Linux, okay, you know Linux commands, you know database, you know cloud, now you know, right, GCP, Azure, and any other technologies. If you know, some people know SAP, some people know Salesforce, some people knows there are a lot of things in the market, right? If you know that knowledge, right, That is very very important. You will get more weightage on your resume. Okay, analytical skills, thinking, passion. Yes, I want to work in this domain. So interest is also is very very important. Okay, so if you make interest, right, these things all are very 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 easy. If you are concentrating only salary, right, it is very difficult. Forget about salary. If you think about salary, you will not work. So think about your work. If you prove there, then automatically your salary will grow like anything. So initially, if you target at your salary, you will not achieve your things. Okay, think about your work. If you do good there and you are getting lot of achievements and lot of things, like, then automatically your salary will get more and more, because you are most skilled person and most demanding person. Then automatically salary will come. If you put resignation, right, then you, if you resign the job, right, then they definitely they will ask you how much you want. So you are making demand. Okay, you are making the demand, right? So companies also wants that only. Okay, so if you are more skilled person, you know each and everything, you are making it demand. Okay, if you are not come one day, then everyone need to ask, hey, what happened, why you are not coming? So you are most dependent person in that organization, most dependent. So you need to make like that. Okay, you need to make as a more dependent person. Then automatically your salary will get it. Okay, forget about salary. Salary is nothing, right? Passion, you need to like whatever you are doing the things. Okay, first you need to love that job. Okay, and productivity is very very important. Like productivity means what, it's not spending too much of time. Okay, hardly if you spend quality time is, see, in real time, hardly will spend 2 hours or maximum 3 hours. Okay, that's it. Okay, not always. Sometimes, see, if you go with office, lot of meetings only, you are not able to do the work. A lot of morning to evening, too many meetings. So you need to manage your work. Okay, how you need to finish your work within the time. Okay, and quality, productivity means what, it's not like how many hours you are spending. Okay, how much quality you are getting. So you say that I spent 6 hours. Oh, that's great, but what is the quality there? What is the productivity there? So productivity is very very important. Okay, so make sure that whatever you are doing, make sure that in that you are getting productivity or not, you need to check. Okay, this is what the basic thing. And okay, today we'll see one more important, what is the testing types. There are two types. One is structural testing, another is what, functional testing. So what is structural testing and what is functional testing? Let's see. So what is structural testing? So for what we learn here, only we learn what, testing, right? But testing will done by two ways. Like one is what, structural testing, another is what, functional testing. Structural testing means what? Who will do? Anyone have idea? The structural testing is done by
Developers.
developers. Yes, correct.
Developers.
Yes, correct. So why developer need to do? Already testing team is there, na? Why developer need to do?
They know the internal code, logic.
They know the internal code and logic. See, whatever the developer write the code, right, they need to test at least one time. So suppose you are a developer, okay. So whatever writing your code, right, you cannot directly send to the testing team, right? So at least one time you need to test whether the code is working properly or not, right? Whether the code is working properly or not. So that is very very important. Even you are going with the development side, right? So what you need to do, whatever you are writing the code, right, you need to check at least one time whether the code is working properly or not. Understanding, right? So the developer is also doing the testing. In interview they will ask you what kind of testing is done by the developer. See, reverse way they will ask you. So what is your answer? The developer will do what? Structural testing, or you can say a white box testing. So why they call it as a white box? Because the developer can see the code. Testing team never see the code. See, testing team we never see the code, but developer, what, the developer will can see the code. See, developer is what, the developer can see the code. So that the reason they call it as what, it's a white box testing. It is a white box. White box means what, developer can see the code. So the testing is based on knowledge of internal logic of application. If you know the logic, if you know the internal application of logic, application code, if you know the logic, if you know the application code, then what kind of testing you can perform? You can perform structural testing. The structural testing is done by the purely developer, because they know the code. Okay, they knows the code, so they can see the logic. Okay, they can give the input and they knows what is output. Okay, because they written all the logic right here, so easily they can get what is the output. Okay, this we real time we are not call it as it's a white box or it's a structural testing. In real time we call it as what, unit testing. What we can call it as what, unit testing. Unit testing is very 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 important. Unit testing, it is the mandatory for, mandatory means what, compulsory. Compulsory for what, for the developer. Okay, so developers what they need to do, unit testing. So we can say that white box testing. So white box testing is always done by whom, developer. Whatever the developer write the code, right, he will not send directly to the QA. This is the basic one in interview, basic one. Not only in interview, if you go with a fake experience also, the developer need to do what, the testing at least one time. You need to do the testing. Code after code, what they will do, code review. After that, what you need to do, developer process, unit level testing. See, it's very easy. What is called unit level testing? It's nothing but what, structural testing or white box testing. Once the developer is confirmed this is working, then only they need to push into the code into where, into the server. This is the server, env environment. In this code is what, int I equals to 0, int b equals to 0. So there is what, the coding language, right? This will not understand, right? So this code will be converted in the form of what, build. This build will assign to whom, QA. So if you understand this picture, you can go for today only interview. What QA will do, once the build will come here, right, at www.amazon.com, whatever, this build is nothing but URL. Once you open this URL, right, what page should come, home page should come. If it is not getting, then it is the bug. What else you want, tell me? So this is what the process of dev team. Dev is always do what, a unit level testing, means white box testing. So interview they will ask you why they need to do white box testing, because whatever they written the code, right, that code should be worked before they send to the QA. Because if they are not do unit testing, what will happen? He is writing the code, is sending, he is rejected. Again he is writing the code, he is sending, is again rejected. Again he is writing the code, again is rejected. Then what is happening? Time is wasted and repeated the same mistakes will happening. So build process is not easy. We are simply write a diagram here, but in real time build will take 2 to 3 hours to form. It's not easy. Okay, DevOps. You heard about DevOps? Do you heard about DevOps, right? DevOps people will take care of all these things. Okay, build process and all the things. It's not easy. In diagram, we are simply sending here and sending here, right? But in real time, it will take some time. Okay, 2 to 3 hours minimum. So build process will take lot of time. Okay, so here if you are not done proper testing here, right, and then simply you are sending here and the testing team rejected. Again you are writing code and you are not testing. Again development testing team is rejected. So too many rejections and this is not quality code. So simply what they will do, it here time wasting. So that the reason developer is always do what, unit level testing. Okay, is it clear? Hope you understand these things. Is it clear, guys? Yes or no? Please respond. Is it clear, right? Anybody have any
Yes.
questions?
No.
Okay, good. Now, simple black box testing. See, what is called black box testing? We are the black box testers, right? That is, black box testers is nothing but what? functional testers. Okay, so functional testers, we are what? Functional testers. So simple guys, we are what? Functional testers. See here, it's very clearly mentioned that hmm, we are what? Functional testers, structural and functional testers. So functional testers means what? Okay, see here we never see the code. Okay, you can give input and you will get output. Okay, but this output is correct or not, that we get a question mark, right? Because we don't know logic here. Developer knows logic, developer knows application code, but here we don't know what is your output, right? So how you know whether you are getting correct output or not? Based on requirements and functionality. So that the reason we are purely depend on what? Tests are based on what? Requirements and functionality. So we are not depending on logic, we are not depending on the coding, we are depending on what? Requirements. So that's the reason I told you, right? We can test any kind of application. You can test the Java related application, you can test .NET related application, you can test um, sh- uh, any kind of testing, .NET application, Java, C sharp, any kind of application, even Python related application. Now most of the people are working in Python, right? You can work with Python related application. Here we are least bother what are the code written by the application. We are only depending on what? Requirements and functionality. We are depending on what? Requirements and functionality. See, internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. So you can test any kind of application. I can test network related application, I can test database related application, I can test AI related applications. I can test any kind of application because only I'm depending on what? Requirements and functionality. So this is what the types of testing. What are the types of testing? Structural and functional. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see what is SDLC and what are the SDLC phases, and what are the requirement documents. Okay, requirement documents are very very important. That all we'll see on tomorrow. Okay. Anybody have any questions and concerns? This link will be only 2 days. Okay, only tomorrow will be there, and next day it will be a final link will come. Okay, only 2 days we have. Okay. uh, Anybody have any questions, guys? Hmm. Thank you guys, thanks your time, have a nice day, we'll meet on tomorrow.